Hello there guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and on this video tonight there is lots to negotiate about. I am going to be giving you the latest news on Daniel James, then I'm going to be giving you the latest news on Jude Bellingham and Jadon Sancho, of course. So that's what I'm going to be negotiating with you about on this video. So we will start with the news on Daniel James. So I've just been recently reading the Manchester Evening News, and they have said that Manchester United have got no intentions of letting Daniel James go out on loan in the summer transfer window. So reflecting on that, Daniel James is set to stay at Manchester United, because there was reports stemming from the Sun not too long ago saying that Man United will loan Daniel James out for next season if we do sign Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window. Daniel James, of course, for the vast majority of this season has been playing on that right-hand side, but he's actually no more effective from that left-hand side is Daniel James. But it did say, that we was willing to loan him out, but we was willing to offer him a new contract, reflecting on the impressive season that he's had with Manchester United. This has been Daniel James's first season with the football club. We did get Daniel James last summer from Swansea. We paid around £15 million for him, so he was a cheap solution. I think Daniel James did sign, was it a 5-year contract to the football club with an option of a further year and that. But like I said, Daniel James has been very, very impressive for us this season. He has played around 37 games in all competitions. And I think, he's got Daniel James is a foreseeable future for Manchester United. He was also very, very good in the Championship with Swansea. I think he made his professional debut for Swansea in 2018. Don't forget, at one point, Daniel James was very, very close to joining Leeds United. But obviously, the deal didn't materialise because Swansea pulled out of the deal right at the final hurdle and that. But, he was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first signing was Daniel James. So, yeah, we are not considering loaning him out, so that has now been confirmed and that. So that is the latest news on him. So now let's delve into news on Jadon Sancho and Jude Bellingham. So according to recent reports, Manchester United are leading the race for Jadon Sancho and Jude Bellingham. As you all know, Jadon Sancho is one of our priority targets. He was our number one priority target for a while, but now he's no longer our number one priority target because he recently said now that Jack Grealish is our number one priority target in that. So there you go. So we are leading the race for both of them players. The news on Jude Bellingham because I've been keeping up to date of what's been going on with him on a regular basis. Don't forget, Jude Bellingham's father has recently urged his son to reject Manchester United and to go and join Borussia Dortmund. Now, there was reports from the German press coming out not too long ago saying that Jude Bellingham has agreed to join Borussia Dortmund and he has rejected a move to Manchester United. But there was also reports stemming from the German press in March, which was quite a few months ago now, and they did say that Borussia Dortmund are leading the race for the player. Now, Pep Cloytat, who is the Birmingham boss, he recently made an admission saying that he is going to leave Birmingham City at the end of the season. Don't forget, Pep Cloytat did say the other week that, more clubs will attract their interest in Jude Bellingham. So he has warned Manchester United in that aspect and that. There has been quite a few clubs tracking him, not only us and Dortmund, also to Chelsea have been tracking the player. But I think Jude Bellingham's expected to stay at Birmingham for the remainder of the season. Now, don't forget, Jude Bellingham became the youngest player to represent Birmingham. He made his debut at the age of 16 years and 38 days. That was his senior debut, of course. He is 16 at the moment, is Jude Bellingham, so he's still inexperienced. He is 17, I think on the 29th of June, towards the end of this month. And then it did say he's expected to sign his professional contract because at the moment Jude Bellingham is on around 145 quid a week. Whether they're giving this professional contract or not, I do not know. to be quite honest with you. Don't forget, Jude Bellingham visited our Carrington training ground back in March, which is obviously, Carrington. He held talks with Sir Alex Ferguson. Also, to Ed Woodward had quite a few negotiations with his parents, so that did, fuel quite a lot of speculation up. And Jude Bellingham has played persistently this season in the Championship. He has played around 30 odd games for Birmingham, but I've got to make an admission, he has been a revelation. Don't forget, we've already made a promise to Jude Bellingham that, we will offer him a senior role if he does sign for the football club in the summer transfer window. And Jude Bellingham's versatility is also very, very good. Very, very good, his versatility. But some people, believe that he needs another season in the Championship because maybe some people believe he's too inexperienced at the moment and, he's maybe not Premier League standard as yet. But like I mentioned, some players from the Championship that come to the Premier League do really, really well and they do live up to expectations. Now, Birmingham have already said, that they do want the full cash amount up front if they are to offload Jude Bellingham. I think it did say the deal is worth around £50 million. I think we was planning to pay around £35 million up front with around £15 million in add-ons. But it's going to cost us at least in the £30 million range is Jude Bellingham. So, yeah, we are now leading the race for him. But it did say a few days ago that we're falling behind now in the race for Jude Bellingham and that. But obviously, up until this point, Jude Bellingham has spent the entirety of his career with Birmingham. He's been a Birmingham player since the age of 8. He was in their youth setup for several years, and all of that, was Jude Bellingham. Don't forget, it did say quite a few weeks ago we was also planning to get Jude Bellingham's brother as part of the deal, and that's Joe Bellingham, and he's only at the age of 15 and that. So, yeah. So, that's the news on Jude Bellingham. Like I said, I'm revert back to what I said about Sancho. I'm very, very hopeful that we can get Jadon Sancho on the board. There's positivity, by the way, that's recently come out regarding Jadon Sancho. Because I was reading the Daily Express earlier on today, and they did say that Jadon Sancho has made a transfer decision, of where his next club's going to be. I think now Chelsea have pulled out of the race for Jadon Sancho, and I don't think Jadon Sancho's got any intentions now of going to Chelsea, because actually, I think he was a Chelsea fan as a boy, was Jadon Sancho and that. Don't forget, Chelsea, they're going to get Timo Werner on the board. Chelsea going to pay around, is it 53 or 54 million pounds for Werner? Because that's his release clause in his RP Lesby contract. Don't forget, Chelsea have offered him a 5-year contract worth around £200,000 a week and that. And I said, it's a very, very good signing for Chelsea, because Chelsea, do need a striker. Because the only fit striker they've got at the moment is Olivier Giroud, if I am correct. I don't think he's put pen to paper yet on this 5-year deal. It did say sometime this week, Timo Werner to Chelsea is going to be officially announced. But I'm very, very surprised that, Timo Werner is going to Chelsea, because at one point it was looking very, very likely he was going to be going to Liverpool, and he did reveal that his preference was a move to Liverpool, and he's already turned down a move to Bayern Munich. Don't forget, we was also in for Timo Werner. Don't forget, back in February, Solskjaer had that private transfer meeting, with Werner in Berlin, and all of that. And he is a cheap solution, because I think in reality, Werner is worth around 90 or 100 million pounds. So, yeah, looking very, very likely that's going to be, Chelsea's second signing under Lampard. Don't forget, Ben Chilwell is Chelsea's number one target. He's currently a left back for Leicester. Chelsea have purchased 2 players already from Leicester, and that's N'Golo Kante and Danny Drinkwater. Don't forget, now they are trying to get Kai Havertz. They're set to battle us for Kai Havertz, because there's been stories coming out today from the mainstream media saying that Chelsea have put around the £75 million bid in for Kai Havertz and that. So there you go. So reflects on this agreement with Werner, Jadon Sancho is no longer interested in going to Chelsea, and there's reports saying, we are still leading the race for Jadon Sancho. Don't forget, Borussia Dortmund do remain ruthless over their valuation. They do want at least £100 million and that. They do want at least £100 million. Don't Don't forget, Jadon Sancho recently got fined for that haircut picture, and Emre Can, told him to grow up because there was reports coming out last week saying that, Jadon Sancho had flew to England without permission, so, he did break lockdown rules. Now, we've obviously, said on quite a few times, we are not willing to smash our transfer record to get Jadon Sancho on the board. We're hoping to basically, get him in a cut price deal. But, we first expressed our interest in Jadon Sancho in 2017. That's the first time we expressed our interest in him. And since then, we have been in for the player. We have been in for the player and that. Don't forget, Borussia Dortmund have been in the process of trying to get, Jadon Sancho a new contract. They've been working on extending his contract. At the moment, Jadon Sancho's got a contract with Borussia Dortmund until 2022. Dortmund are looking to make a huge profit on the player because, Dortmund only paid £8 million in from Man City back in 2017. Also, two recent reports said last week that Real Madrid had entered the race for Sancho and they was planning to sign him next summer instead of this summer transfer window. It did say back in February that we had around a £125 million bid turned down for Sancho, and that's the bid we did have currently turned down. But I think Jadon Sancho has revealed that his preferred option is a move to Manchester United, and I've outlined a couple of the reasons why I take Jadon Sancho at the football club. Is because he dramatically improves. He's got a very, very good friendship with Rashford, and he is well proven in the Premier League. Don't forget he's a former Manchester City player. He endured a few years at Man City, but the main explanation why he left Manchester City is because he did not get any first team opportunities. Before he was at Manchester City, he was at Watford, and he was at Watford for several years. So, Borussia Dortmund is the third club in his playing career. This is, by the way, has been his third season with Borussia Dortmund, Jadon Sancho's. And, he has done very, very well. So that's one admission I have got to make. But Dortmund did say a while back, they will not step in Jadon Sancho's way if he does want to leave. And there were stories coming out a few weeks ago from Mundo Deportivo saying that we'd offered Alexis Sanchez to Borussia Dortmund in a swap deal for Jadon Sancho. I did say, that swap deal would not materialise. That swap deal, would not materialise. We've already confirmed that we're willing to offer him the number 7. That's one promise we've made because obviously, we have got number 7 vacant at the moment. But, we have had a lot of good number 7s up and down the generations and that. I think City do get around 15% of the transfer fee if Jadon Sancho is sold. But like I said to Borussia Dortmund are known as a selling football club. They are known as a selling football club because, they have sold quite a few of their players to the Premier League in recent years. There's also players that have left Borussia Dortmund, that didn't go to the Premier League. But we have been working on Jadon Sancho's contracts for quite some time. And we have, also been in negotiations with his agent and all of that. Like Fabrizio Romano confirmed a while back. But, if we sign Jadon Sancho, some people believe, he's the only signing that Manchester United are going to make in the summer transfer window. But, due to the, coronavirus and the financial issues because of it, Dortmund still remain ruthless over their valuation. But we paid 100 million for Sancho. It would be our most expensive sign, and I think the most expensive signing in the Premier League. He is only the age of 20, and he is predominantly a right winner. Is Jadon Sancho and that. But there has been quite a lot of clubs in for him. Don't forget he recently said that Liverpool are still monitoring Jadon Sancho's situation and that. Because obviously Liverpool have missed out on Werner now. They're looking to get Jadon Sancho on the board. So there you go. So that is the latest news on Jadon Sancho. But obviously, if we fail to sign Jadon Sancho in the summer transfer window, we have got quite a few alternatives. And obviously, there's been recent reports saying now that we are using Federico Bernardeschi as a plan B if we fail to sign Jadon Sancho. So we are seeing Federico Bernardeschi as an alternative to Sancho. I mentioned Federico Bernardeschi earlier on today on my recent video. I also mentioned him the other week because there was reports coming out from Gazzetta dello Sport saying that, if Federico Bernardeschi is to leave Juventus, he does want to make a move to the Premier League. Federico Bernardeschi would be a much cheaper solution than Jadon Sancho. Yeah, I think, you could maybe get him for around 30 million or in the 30 odd million pound range, or, maybe 40 million or something like that. But it would be a much cheaper solution, wouldn't it? I like his versatility. He's been very, very good at Juventus. This has been Federico Bernardeschi's third season with Juventus. He's got a contract with Juventus until 2022. Juventus did pay around £35 million in from Fiorentina back in 2017. So he's one alternative. Also to Figo Almeida from Vers Sarsfield. He's also been another alternative to Jadon Sancho. Don't forget, Rabbi Matondo from Schalke. He's also another alternative to Jadon Sancho and that. So there you go. Obviously, on my recent video, which I think is still uploading, by the way, I nearly forgot to mention, I give you the news on Donny van der Beek. The ongoing situation with him. We're looking to get Donny van der Beek for around, £36 million. Obviously, Edwin van der Sar, the Ajax CEO, he's confirmed Manchester United's interest in Donny van der Beek. And, of course, we are planning to hijack Real Madrid's move for the player. And it does say, we have recently been in talks with Ajax over signing Donny van der Beek. But we've got a great chance of signing Donny van der Beek, because of obviously, with the finances with Real Madrid. I recently heard that Real Madrid may not even make any signings in the summer transfer window and that. But there has been reports saying, that Donny van der Beek has already agreed to join Real Madrid for around £49 million and that. So the news on him. Like I said, we need to make a transfer decision regarding Donny van der Beek. Should we sign him? Do you think he'd be the right calibre player for Man United if we did get him on the board? So there you go. The news on Kai Havertz, by the way. You already know the news on him. So there you go. So like I said to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's already revealed his plans for the summer transfer window. He revealed his plans, a while back for the summer transfer window. Don't forget, Man United are looking to sign players in the image of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his coaching staff. And, I think Solskjaer, still wants to continue the policy of recruiting young British talents to Manchester United like he did do last summer. But like I said to I think we can enjoy the perfect summer transfer window. I think we really, really can. Because, obviously, there's going to be quite a few teams that are not even going to be in the transfer market and that. Like I said, us and Chelsea are looking to make transfer moves, to challenge the likes of Liverpool and Manchester City in that, because obviously, at the moment, Liverpool and Man City are strides ahead of us in that. But City, may not be in the summer transfer market. Liverpool may or probably won't make any signings in the summer transfer market. Tottenham, probably won't make any signings in the summer transfer market. Maybe even Arsenal, they won't make any signings in the summer transfer market and that. So I think, we can enjoy the perfect summer transfer window. I really, really do in that. But it is going to be interesting to see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer approaches the summer transfer window. There's decisions to be made, of obviously, what players we're going to recommend in. And of course, what players we are going to get rid of. I have got a great idea, of the players that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is planning to get rid of. We are planning to get rid of at least 5 players in the summer transfer window. Maybe we could get rid of 6, or maybe we could get rid of 7. But I think, the players we are going to get rid of, I think we're going to get rid of Phil Jones. Phil Jones is now into his 9th season at Manchester United. Phil Jones has been here since the Alex Ferguson era. And I've been, very, very, critical of Phil Jones. I think we got him for just over £17 million from Blackburn. But, Phil Jones can't even get in the team now. And I think we made a mistake by giving him a long-term contract last season. But I think we can get around 10 million or just over £10 million for Phil Jones if we sell him in the summer transfer window. Don't forget we're looking to get rid of Rojo permanently. We're also looking to get rid of Smalling permanently. Of course, Rojo's out on loan at the moment with Estudiantes. Smalling's out on loan with Roma. I give you the news on Chris Smalling yesterday from on one of my videos. and he's actually close to joining Roma on a permanent basis. He won't join Roma permanently in the summer transfer window. I think Roma are going to take him on loan for another season. Then Roma are going to pay us around £3 million. Then there's going to be an obligation to buy included in the deal. And then I think it will then cost Roma around £13 million because we've said one around £20 million for Chris Smalling as it stands now. We won't take Smalling back at the football club. Smalling, of course, did endure 9 years with Manchester United. Very, very long-serving player. Of course, we did get him under the Alex Ferguson era from Fulham, Chris Smalling. I think he's got a contract with the football club, is it until 2021 or 2022, if I am right. But there you go. But Chris Smalling, recently said to the Times that, he wanted to move abroad and he has no regrets of leaving Manchester United. And Paulo Finesca did say a while back that, Chris Smalling, basically wants to stay at Roma. So we're going to get rid of him permanently. Don't forget, we're looking to get rid of Alexis Sanchez permanently as well. He's on loan at Inter Milan at the moment. Inter Milan have confirmed that Sanchez will be staying with them until the end of the season. So Inter Milan did say they're looking to extend his loan. When his loan expires, then a decision will be made on Alexis Sanchez. He did join Inter Milan on a 10-month loan last summer. Don't forget, there is no option or obligation for Inter Milan to buy Sanchez at the end of the loan. But we won't take Sanchez back at Manchester United. But we could struggle to get rid of him permanently, reflecting on the substantial wages that he was on at Manchester United and that. Because he was on 400 grand a week, potentially rise up to 500 grand a week based on the image rights and the bonuses. So there you go. Jesse Lingard and Andres Pereira, I do expect them to also leave the football club as well. It's looking likely at the moment that Angel Gomez is also going to be leaving Manchester United as well. Because there's no signs of Angel Gomez signing a new contract at the football club. And, we have put forward quite a few contract offers for Angel Gomez and that. So, yeah, we're going to get rid of players in the summer transfer window and we're going to generate money in that aspect. But to be fair, Solskjaer has got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in to Manchester United. We have seen a total of 19 players leave the football club since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got recommended in and that. So let's just put that into the equation. But Solskjaer has already said, he wants to make around 3 or 4 signings in the summer transfer window because he believes we need around 3 or 4 signings to become title contenders next season and that, because this has been the 7th season now in a row, we have failed to mount any kind of title challenge up. So that just indicates how inconsistent we have been in the last 7 years or so. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. So the last time we won it was in Alex Ferguson's last season. And Solskjaer, of course, has already identified the areas in the squad where he does want to strengthen up. Of course, he wants to recommend the right winger in. He wants to recommend a midfielder in, but some people have said, we should leave getting a midfielder because obviously, now it's looking like that Paul Pogba is going to be staying at the football club. And also, too, we are in search for a centre-half. I don't think we're no longer interested in getting a striker. The main explanations is because we want to see how the development goes with Mason Greenwood. And also to confirm the other week that Odin Ighalo had extended his loan at the football club for a further 7 months. So Ighalo is going to be here until the end of January 2021. There's no option for us to buy him, so I think he'll go back to Shanghai Shenhua next year. And we paid just over £10 million to extend Odin Ighalo's loan at the club. Ighalo may not get as many starts now, when the football season resumes because obviously, Marcus Rashford is now back from his back injury and all of that. So let's just put that into the equation. But Solskjaer knows he's got the backing of Ed Woodward because Ed Woodward has said on quite a few occasions this season that he's willing to back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And he's also assured that his job is safe, even though we've enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season. And also, too, the Glazers are willing to back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well, because probably Ed Woodward and the Glazers do believe that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the foreseeable future for Manchester United. Man United fans have got different verdicts on Solskjaer. Like I said, we do need to give him time, and we do need to give him at least another season because it is a transition period. But some United fans don't think that Solskjaer, is a foreseeable future. Some United fans think we need to get a manager in who will suit the strappings of the club. We need to get a manager into the top levels, such as maybe Jurgen Klopp or a Pep Guardiola, for prime example. But yeah, we need to stick with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for now. Because obviously, Solskjaer is our fourth permanent manager since the Alex Ferguson era. And, we have sat 3 managers since the Alex Ferguson era. And, we haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers. Like I said, we sat David Moyes after, 9 months at the club? Or was it 10 months, something like that? Moyes never should have been recommended in. But it was Ferguson's fault for ever recommending him in. But the main explanation why I recommended him in is because, there was both Scottish, and Ferguson at that point had a lot of time for him. Then obviously, Van Gaal, he endured 2 years at the club. I think we made the correct decision by recommending Van Gaal in after Moyes, because I thought he'd done well, but it turns out that he didn't do well. But we did win the FA Cup under Louis Van Gaal era. Then, of course, we got Jose Mourinho win, recommended him in too late. We should have got him in when Ferguson, retired. But Mourinho did endure 2.5 years at Manchester United and won the Europa League and the League Cup in his first season at the football club. And I think also too got second place in his first season. So Solskjaer is our fourth permanent manager since the Ferguson era. Of course, Solskjaer's now been at the football club a year and a half. So he has been 18 months now, including the 3 months when he was the interim manager. So there you go. Like I said, I've taken positives from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure so far. Like I mentioned, he's promoted the youth very, very well. Our record against the Big Six sides this season's been good. Before the football season got suspended, we was in a good vein of form because don't forget we are unbeaten in our last 11 games in all competitions, and Solskjaer will be under pressure to keep this good run of form up, when the football season does resume, which isn't long away now, So I have taken positives, definitely from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure and that. But yeah, like I said, revert back to what I said, he does deserve more time at the club. I've definitely seen improvements under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like I said, there's players that have improved under him. His approach to the big games has been good. There's obviously players that have definitely improved under the Solskjaer era. Especially the top players, because the top players endured a very, very difficult time under the Mourinho era and that. So I've definitely seen improvements under him. Don't forget, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer recently said that we will avoid buying rotten apples in the summer transfer window, because Solskjaer recently warned our players that he will not tolerate any rotten apples in the squad. So this is what is also confirmed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and that. Don't forget there were stories coming out the other week saying that we're taking around a £140 million loan from our £150 million revolving credit facility to help us through the coronavirus and to help us get the right calibre players into the football club and that. Don't forget, now our net debt is 429 million, or just over 429 million. That got revealed quite a few weeks ago. Ed Woodward, has been talking a lot. Don't forget, he did say the other month that we will remain competitive in the summer transfer market, but he also did say that we won't do business as usual in the summer transfer market. So he basically did rule out big transfers to Manchester United and that. But there you go. And but yeah, we've improved. Solskjaer so far has got the players that I wanted to recommend him, which is good news. And like I said, there's players that we've got rid of over the years who we shouldn't have got rid of. Prime example, shouldn't have got rid of Herrera, shouldn't have got rid of Lukaku. There's obviously players as well up and down the generations that we should have signed, but we've missed out on. Like under Ferguson, we should have got Shearer, we didn't. Should have got Aaron Ramsey, we didn't. Like I said, under Moyes, we tried getting Fabregas, didn't get him. We tried getting Cruz, didn't get him. We tried getting Bale, didn't get him. There's some players who went after under Jose Mourinho who we should have got as well. Perisic, we should have got him, but was not willing to meet Inter Milan's valuation. Sergio Milinkovic-Savic. Obviously, Haaland in January, we should have got him under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. So, yeah, definitely, these players, that we should have definitely, signed and that. But like I said, in the last 7 years anyway, we haven't made a lot of mistakes. We've also, got players on big contracts at the football club at the moment. You've got De Gea on 375 grand a week. You've got Pogba on nearly 300 grand a week. You've got Rashford on over 200 grand a week. You've got Martial on 200 odd grand a week. You've got Lingard on £100,000 a week. Bruno Fernandes, he's on over 100 grand a week as well, isn't he? I think we're paying a Gallo around £150,000 a week at the moment. So we have got players on big contracts at the football club. We really, really haven't that. So there you go. And we've spent close to the £1 billion range on players in the last 7 years, because we've recruited over 30 odd players in since the Alex Ferguson era. The season's resuming on the 19th of June. Well, the 17th of June, sorry, it's resuming. But our first game is on the 19th of June against Tottenham. We have got a fully fit squad. Solskjaer's already revealed his plans anyway ahead of the Premier League restart. I think he's got an idea of what the best 11 he's going to go with for the remainder of the season, including the game against Tottenham. I think he's also got an idea, of what formation he's going to go with. But these things to look forward to. There's definitely things to look forward to for when the season resumes. The top four, the FA Cup, the Europa League and all that. And they are our priority. They are definitely, our priorities and that. But Tottenham, will be a very difficult game. Solskjaer's looking to beat Jose Mourinho for the second time as a manager, but he's looking to beat Tottenham for the third time as a manager in that. Don't forget, we was at Carrington today. We were supposed to be playing Stoke in a practice match, but just want to confirm with you it did get cancelled. So that's been confirmed. And also too, I just want to give you the news that Tony Dunn recently died at the age of 78. That's also been confirmed as well. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and there'll be more videos coming up tomorrow.